It's a cold evening out in the shop. Starting to see the breath again. It's a little bit raw here tonight, but we have another build series we're starting. Haven't done one of these since the Bake Apple. We're going to take you right from the start to the end of this build for a single customer. And what this is a 2-knife set. He wants 2 knives and a piggyback style sheath. So it's going to be a big setup, a lot of work to do here. This is something I haven't done before. The leather work is going to be challenging. The knife is going to be challenging because we have 2 knives. One is going to be more like a tuckamore, like a companion style blade. The other is going to be a bigger camp task blade, a little closer to a chopper. Let's take a look at what I have drawn up here. So here we have the big girl I have drawn up. Notice the size of this blade. We're working with 1/8 inch, all 1 steel, which is plenty for this. This will be just fine. This is a full 7-inch blade. I think I'm going to do a convex grind, so it's going to be super tough. We have a little more of a down sweep right here because since it's a swinging knife or a chopper, we need a little more of an overhang here for the pinky finger. We're also planning on doing a lanyard hole here, so we can get a little pinky lanyard or a wrist lanyard or something to make this even safer. This is a beast of a knife. The second blade, the companion, is right here. I think it's going to be really lovely. It's a tuckamore blade, and the handle we've made is a little smaller, a little more light duty than the tuckamore, because you have this on hand, you don't need this to be a real tank of a knife too. So a little bit slighter of a handle just to make it a little more comfortable and lightweight. Yeah, so we're going to cut these out now. And I can't wait to start the grinding on these. I can't wait to actually see this thing cut out. Again, I've never done a blade this size before. This is massive. This is 1.5 inches. That's the belly of this knife, a full 1.5 inch deep. You guys have been following for a while, probably wondering how I'm finding this saw. It is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. It just makes my job so much easier. I've been doing lately earbuds in, and then I wear my muffs over my earbuds, so that way I don't have to have the earbuds so loud. So just do as much as I can. If we want some longevity out of this, keep our hearing and things like that, good lungs when we're older, take every step possible to ensure that happens. Tonight I'm listening to something I've been listening to. I found about a week ago, and I've just been binge listening to it every time I'm out here. And that is The Way I Heard It, Micro. This full-size beast, and it feels great. A lot of weight there. Very interesting. I can't wait to finish grinding it in. You can see we got that nice hook there. It already feels great. Lots of front end weight. And then we have our smaller knife here, our companion. Let's get the grinder going. Let's get a 36 grit belt and rough out this dimension, rough out the outline. Then we can consider some bevels. Okay, now it's starting to look like we got a couple blades here. Check this out. The steel looks so good when they're just cutting blanks like this. Just billets. Beautiful, really happy with this one. I'm going to trace this out. I'm going to want to repeat this one in the future. It's so handsome. Very elegant. And then you have this beast, which we're leaving lots of steel here, lots of meat in the tip. We're not super thin here. Lots of meat. I really like that down sweep of the handle here. It gives lots of meat. We got some forward weight at this point. This thing ought to be fun to chop with, I tell you that. Now is the intimidating part. Again, just like we talked about last time, putting the grinds on these. I'm going to do a convex grind. I think I'm going to hand finish everything here. Nice unidirectional strokes. But yeah, we're going to start off by convexing this. So we have those convex bevels roughed in on both, although it looks pretty good here. This is up to a 220 grit, and our convexing turned out beautifully. If you run your hand down over like that, it's just a beautiful constant gradient as it rounds into our edge. It's not too thick at the edge, it's just nice. Everything is straight and even. Feels great. Like I said, 220 grit belt. I'm going to hand finish it. It's very difficult to get every mark out just by belts, because in order to get a perfect convexing, you need to use a slack belt, so you don't get enough pressure then to concentrate on certain parts of your convex bevel. So it's just easier to hand sand it. And I still went up to 220 grit because now we have a lot less deep scratches to get out. So we'll probably start around 120 grit. And we'll get all those coarse scratches out, and we'll just work our way up. Lots of work. Since our last build, if you remember me doing a bunch of hand sanding on those bake apples, which was a lot of work, but I had a C-clamp here that I was using on the corner of my bench. I've since ordered this toggle clamp, which is super cool. It just bolts into your bench, has a rubber foot here, and it's so quick and easy to just clamp your blade in place. I didn't even know these things existed. I just went on searching, and it just came up in a suggested on my Amazon search one day. Really awesome, but it's made this process so much faster because now I can just switch it over, change directions, and it's just that quick. So it just saves you all that moving around, which just gets so annoying when you're at it repetitively all the time. Those little things just get on your nerves, so it's nice. We're going to start with some 120. I'm going to find some YouTube to put on. I think I saw Wrangler Star has a new video up here.
A little bit about what I bought, and then we'll hook up a battery here in this current. So,
8:30 at night, guys, and I'm still here sanding away. And this is the finish we're up to, which is 180 grit finish. And we're going to stop right here because this is not heat treated yet. So we'll undo some of the work we've already done once we go through heat treat, because you end up, first of all, this steel is really soft right now. So once it goes in the forge, it's going to get little nicks and scratches and stuff. So there's no point in doing our perfect final finish on it now. After heat treat, then we can. So you might be wondering why we bother to do any hand sanding now at all. It's because there are certain deep scratches that we want gone before the steel gets hardened. Otherwise, they just take way too long to get out. So now having this a nice clean 180 grit finish, we'll be very gentle with it when we're heat treating. And then we take it out. Hopefully we won't have any bad nicks or scratches, and it won't take us long to get back here. We won't have any real deep scratches to worry about. We can start here and work our way up to a beautiful finish, which is always super exciting. Even this here, this satin finish is really beautiful. It's 9 o'clock p.m. here now. I've just finished getting those blades up to 120 grit, and now I have them taped up. One of the things I'm learning with each knife, how to get the most perfect finish with the least amount of effort. So how to ensure everything stays good, that you're not taking steps backward along your way. So taping this up like this, so while I'm stamping now, laying this down on this surface which isn't perfectly smooth, when it's sliding around it can get scratched up. And also when I'm drilling the tang holes and I have it on the bench press sliding around, things get scratched off, and you got to go back and correct that later. So by taping it up, we'll save that. I'm going to go ahead and stamp our initials here now, our K and our N. So I've just left out just enough room here. Tests, okay, see, I'm holding it backwards. That's why I check. watching the Wrangler Star, the Back to Basics, the full movie. Here now, I really like, I used to really like those series, those Back to Basics videos when he was doing them. Easy peasy. Now I got another little tool here now to make things a little easier, and that is this Starrett center punch that was given to me by a subscriber and a friend. It's one of those ones you push and it clicks for you, so that is just lovely. Instead of getting out a hammer and a punch, just lay this down. It's also very good for precision, and it saves you from accidentally getting your hands. So there, a nice positive dent in our steel. Another one right there. Now we drill. So it is currently 9:45 at night, and we are calling it quits for this evening. We have both of our blades here, and I think we've done quite a bit of progress for one day. We're doing great here. These things are looking great, and they're ready for heat treat right now. So we have rough grinds thrown in. We have them hand sanded to 180 grit. All our holes are drilled, including that lanyard hole here, which I'm a little bit nervous about. I've never done a lanyard hole before, and this is a fairly big lanyard hole, so just trying to get my mind around how I'm gonna get this all centered up and drill out with the scales. Might have a few failed attempts, but we'll get it. These blades are looking great. Can't wait. Make sure you come back for the next video. We're going to be throwing these babies in the forge. We got to get the heat treat right, especially on that big chopper. We're going to have to be a little bit more careful. There's a few different things we're going to have to do because our steel can't be as hard as it would be with a smaller knife. So these two blades are actually going to have to be heat treated a little bit differently. Hope you're enjoying it. Please hit the like button if you do. If you're really kind, share it. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe if this is your first time watching any of my content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.